Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. To our returning subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you, and if you're just joining me for the very first time, thank you so much. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, and guess what guys, we're about to have a ride of a lifetime. So straight to the business of today. Today I'm going to be letting you into 10 things you need to do to be successful at a Big Brother Naija audition. Yeah, so I know that Big Brother Naija is a little dream for some people. A lot of people want to get into the Big Brother Naija house. They feel that that's the way to stardom. And of course, that's the biggest show in Africa at the moment. Big Brother Naija is the biggest show in Africa at the moment. So most people want to go into the house. And of course, you have to go through the audition stages. Now, there are quite a number of audition stages in the Big Brother Naija show. But of course, there's a very major one that you have to be successful. And that is the one where you come in contact with the judges. So the first one you did, if you were part of the people who did the first audition, the one I posted the last time, that had to do with you, subscribing to your DSTV or your GoTV and sending a video, that is the first level. That's when you're not interfacing with anybody. It is just you and your camera and your phone, and of course you're going to send the video. But once you get through that stage, the next stage is where you begin to meet with the judges one-on-one. And this is a very important stage, because if you do not get past this stage, you're not going to find your way into the house. So whatever I'm bringing you today will be a mix of what I have researched and of course a little tip from the book that Tricky released on how to get into the house. So first up, I think that you should know why you want to go into the house. A lot of people want to go into the house to find the opportunity and they mess it up. So one person that I would say didn't really know why he was in the house during last season was Tochi. Tochi was just there. We knew he had beards and all of that. And boom, he wasn't even marketing his beards. He wasn't saying, oh, I have beard oil. He went into the house with beards. Couldn't say whether he had a product he was going into the house to promote. Lekon knew he was going to promote his music. But Tochi was just there. I feel it was just one guy whose spot was just wasted in the house. So now to the 10 points. My number one point is you should prepare your introductory speech. You need to know what you want to talk about. You need to know how to introduce yourself. You need to be able to hold the judges in a conversation. So when you get in front of the judges and they say, oh, can we meet you? Don't just say, my name is Femi. And that's all. You need to say, oh, my name is Femi. I am so and so age. I am from Kogi State, Nigeria. I am a Yoruba guy. I am a business strategist, or I am a media person. I'm a presenter. I'm into food business, or I have an events company. You need to be able to engage them. They need to be able to pick questions from your introductory speech. You don't say you want to go there and go with the flow, because when you get there, you might just be shocked. I mean, you want to go with the flow. So when you get there and they say, what's your name? You say, my name is Femi. Then the next thing is your interview or your auditions becomes dry, because at that point, they do not find you interesting. The judges are looking for people who will engage people for 90 days. So I'm going to take you back to 2019. I think that was, or 2018, that was Toby set. During Toby set, it was Toby, CC, and Miracle, right? So at a particular point, Big Brother had to come and say, you guys are not giving us the show. They were so, just cool. Most of the guys, they were just, all relaxed. They weren't giving us a show. And at some point, Big Brother had to call all of them and say, you know what, you guys are not engaging the audience. So Big Brother judges want to get people into the house who can captivate the viewers, who can engage the viewers for 90 days, who from week one will start giving us drama. You get what I'm talking about? So they need to find you really interesting. Your introductory speech should be prepared. From whatever you're telling them, they need to be able to say, oh, you're from Nigeria. Oh, you're an Arsenal fan. Oh, I love football a lot. Oh, I'm a chef. You get what I'm talking about? Oh, I'm a masseuse, or what do you guys call it? Or whatever it is. You get what I'm talking about? So from your introductory speech, they need to be able to pick questions. They need to be glued from the first moment you open your mouth. My second point would be original as much as possible. If you're somebody who likes to be on dreads, don't decide to go on low cut. If you're somebody who likes to, wear vintage outfits, don't decide that day. I mean, there's a place for originality in the show. So once you get there, be as real as possible. If there's somebody who likes to laugh, who likes to yarn like New, don't go there and be all posh, because I feel that for New, we always want that worry spice in the show every year. And I feel for New, at some point we said New could talk too much, but at some point it was one of the things that kept us going in the show, because he was talking too much, and he was talking too much about V to every other housemate, and at some point that caused an issue between himself and V. But in the long run, originality is very important. Don't go there and be fake. They will spot it. The judges can see through you. They know the kind of people they want, and of course they will spot it and see that you're very fake, especially from your accent. You're going to say, hey, my name is, I mean, you get what I'm talking about? Go there and be real. If it's pidgin you want to speak the pidgin. Let them understand you. Look at Tricky T. Tricky T is a very jovial person, very funny person. I'm sure he must have cracked the judges up when he went there the second time. And by the way, Tricky T went in 2019, they didn't pick him. He went in 2020 and he was picked. The third point on my list is do not give one-word answers. How are you? I'm fine. What's your name? My name is Femi. What school did you attend? I attended so and so school. Oh, are you a master's degree holder? Yes. Are you single? No. If you just broke up from a relationship and you're single, say, I am single at the moment. I just broke up from a 5-year relationship, and at the moment I think I just don't want a boyfriend in my life, or maybe I'll just go to the house and look for love. Make sure that your answers are long and sensible. So do not give one-word answers. It shortens your time with the judges. It shortens the time that they get to really, really know you and engage with you. You need to give as much information as possible when you're answering a question. So if the judges ask you, how did you get to know about the audition? Don't say, I just saw it on TV and I applied. Say, when I saw it on TV, I applied. I was so excited. In fact, let me tell you something. I had to go to my friend's house because there was no internet in my house, and I had to go to my friend's house to be able to fill up the form. And when I was there, my friend was even telling me that, are you sure they're going to pick you? I mean, just make sure that you are engaging in the conversations with the judges. Do not give one-word answers. The more you talk, the more the chances of you showing how amazing and how original you are to the judges. So for those of you who are really quiet and you don't know how to, engage conversations, you really need to start practicing, because I'm sure that there's still going to be other opportunities for the auditions. The first audition we had was the early access audition for those who are subscribed to DSTV and GoTV. I'm sure there will be online auditions. There will most likely be physical auditions, and of course there will actually be physical auditions, because if you're eventually shortlisted from the online, you'll be asked to meet with the judges. Now, this next point is very, very important. Look into the eyes of your judges. Stare at the judges. Don't be looking into the ceiling when they're asking a question. Don't be looking down like a thief. Don't be looking like this. Don't be looking like that. Look straight into their eyes and answer the questions. When they were asking you the questions, they were looking at you. So when you're answering them, when you're giving it back to them, look at them, because it's very important. It says a lot about your confidence level. It says a lot about, can you even stand in front of a camera? I have a lot of people. I'm into productions. I do productions a lot. I'm a presenter. So anytime I get to interview people, and sometimes I need them to look into the camera, at some point they will take their eyes off and look back into the camera, and I'm like, do not look at me. Assume that there's nobody here. Look into the subject, which is the lens of the camera. So when you're judges, especially if you have 3 judges on set and maybe one of them asks you a question, look at that person and look at the eyes of the other 2 or 3 people. This tells them that beyond the fact that one of them asks you a question, you're also replying to all of them, because one of them is also representing all of them and asking questions that are in the interest of all of them. So when you're answering the question, you're also answering the other judges. You're looking at their eyes, and of course you're answering them straight up. So if you come and say, oh, we've run a background check on you and we've checked your social media page, and we've seen that back in the days you looked a bit of geeky and nerdy, you were this girl always wears eyeglasses, but right now you looked all all chopped up and all of that, having the right whatever in the right places. Now engage them. Look at that person, like, yes, I had to do squats, I had to do yoga, I had to go to the gym. At some point I felt like I needed to upgrade my style, so I needed to do, and look into their eyes, engage them, make sure that they are understanding what you are saying, because part of communication is looking in the eyes. There's a tribe in Nigeria, the Yoruba tribe, that will say that Oju Lorowa. What does it mean? It means Oju Lorowa. What does it mean? It means that it is in the eye that we are communicating. Communication is not necessarily just by mouth. Next on my point is get to the audition venue very early. It is very important. Now, back in 2019, when they had auditions here in Lagos, Nigeria, it was crazy. There were so many people at the venue of the audition. I literally remember that day I was driving past the venue, and it was really crazy. So you want to get there very early and get there as early as possible so that you can pick numbers as early as possible. And one of the things you also learn to do is to make sure that you do not get to talk too much. Meet people, interact with people, but do not lose the focus of what you're there to do. Be sure that you have yourself together. You've not lost yourself. Some people would have talked so much that they've lost all their energy. Now they get in front of the judges, they're not composed. You get my point, they're exhausted. and at that point they really cannot get a hold or a grasp on understanding of the questions that the judges are trying to ask them. So get to the audition venue early, and of course make sure that you're not exhausted. Get to meet people, but do not lose focus of what you're there to do. Now, this next point sounds very tricky, but of course it could be very, very important. Get feedback. Now you're asking, feedback from who? Is it from the people that I met at the venue, or from who? You're getting the feedback from the judges. That just shows that you're very bold and you're confident. So once they're done with my audition, the next thing I'm trying to say is thank you so much for the opportunity to be auditioned by you. Can you just tell me how I did? How did I perform? Did I try? And you're like, okay, this person is confident, this person is daring. You get what I'm talking about? You know how a lot of time you go to an audition and the next thing is you're just scared, you're nervous. You get my point? Because you feel like these people are the almighty. They're not the almighty, they're just humans like you. Someday you could be the next person on the judging set. So when you get there and you're done with your audition, you can ask them, can you please give me feedback on my performance? I hope I did well. You get what I'm talking about? Now let me tell you, there's this show going on right now, Nigerian Idol, and of course during the auditions, a lot of times some of the people will just be like, can I try again? Maybe they started the song and maybe they went off key. They'll just say, sorry please, can I try again? And the judges are like, okay, try again. Sometimes you come in with an American song and you probably didn't do well, and the next thing is you can tell them, okay, can I try this song? And they're like, sometimes they could tell you yes, sometimes they could tell you no, but of course most times they say yes. And this just gives you another opportunity to prove yourself. So you can get to ask for feedback from the judges. Let them tell you how you performed if they're really willing to let you into the house. Now on to my 8th point. Mistakes may happen, you might make mistakes, but do not apologize. Why do I say that? Sometimes, in the course of your presentation, in the course of you, trying to answer the questions and all of that, you can actually make mistakes. And you know what? There's every tendency for you to say, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, or I want to apologize. Do not apologize, because sometimes most of these judges do not even know that you made mistakes. You get what I'm talking about? So if you make a mistake, be confident even in your mistake and move ahead, because sometimes when you stop and apologize for the mistakes you made, it just gives you, a minus. It gives you a minus in your grading. So when you make a mistake, as long as it's not too obvious, you get what I'm talking about, just move on and be confident with the rest of your presentation. 2 more points and I'll be out of your faces. It is okay to be nervous. There is nobody on planet Earth who is going for an interview, who is going for a job interview, or is going for a music interview, or is going for a Big Brother Naija interview, or going for an audition, a catwalk audition, modeling audition, that will not be nervous at some particular point. So this is it. It is very okay to be nervous, but you have to be in control of yourself. Being nervous is no big deal. You just have to take good control of yourself and smile. One of the things I tell people when they're very nervous, especially when they come in contact with me or something, I tell them, take a deep breath and smile. So take a deep breath and smile. It helps you relax. And of course, at all times, smile in front of the judge. Do not frown. One of the ways you get to ease out tension and nervousness or being nervous is by smiling. So when you smile in front of the judges, it helps you relax, eases out the tension, and helps you calm down to process the questions and answer them correctly. Like I said earlier, being nervous is no big deal. It comes with going for an audition. My last point here is, it is not the end of the world. Yes. So most of the people you see in Big Brother Naija right now, most of them went for auditions not once, not twice. Some people went as much as 4 times before they were eventually allowed into the show. So when you get the results of your audition, be it positive or negative, it is not the end of the world. You can try again. That doesn't mean you're not good. It probably just means that 1 or 2 of the judges didn't like what you did. It is not the end of the world, so do not beat yourself down. Most people don't want to take no for an answer, but sometimes no is part of the answers you will have to hear or listen to in life. So at some particular point, if they tell you you're not good enough to come in this year, you might have to try again next year, or try again 2 years to come until you get into the house. I mean, at that point, if you try this year and you're lucky enough to get in, fantastic. If you try and you're not taken into the house, it just gives you an idea of what you should have done right that you didn't do, and it will go back with an experience next year. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please, if you have any extra points you think we could add to this, please go to the comment section and let us continue our conversations there. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, and guess what, you get notified whenever I post a video. Go on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and of course on TikTok, and follow me at Olufemi. And until next time I come your way very soon, it's bye for now.